They did win in the end. Unlikely source from the goal, but it was a terrific delivery.
And yeah, the delivery was fantastic. It was so flat. No one could risk coming through it. And the header, he just basically needed to make contact with it and it just flies straight in. But they are very tough to defend, and there's not much Watford could do about that, I don't think.
No, I'm looking at that thinking, how do you defend that? You know, it's such a flat ball coming in. We see Antonio Conte's reaction here. He's almost embarrassed that he was celebrating in front of his own mentor. But I don't really know how you can defend that. It was so flat, so powerful. The only thing I'm thinking is, can you squeeze up to the level in line with the wall, give your goalkeeper a little bit of space to come out and punch? But it was such a good ball, so hard to defend. As I say here, if you just squeeze up your line and get it on, to the 6-yard box, then at least your goalkeeper has a little bit of an area to work with. But as it stands, goalkeeper's got absolutely no chance. I don't know what they can do like that. As I say, the only solution I can think of is to actually squeeze out another 2 or 3 yards to the line of their wall. But it's so difficult to defend.
OK. 2 talking points in terms of penalties not awarded in that game. First half, first of all, Eric Dyer was convinced he should have had a penalty. What do you think?
For me, yeah, I think even if the ref goes back and has a look at that on the monitor, he definitely gives that a penalty. I think, like Mo said earlier, he steps back on the side, and as he goes to push off, he basically gets rugby tackled to the ground with a leg lock as well. So for me, that would definitely be a penalty.
And then Watford in the second half with Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, this is a really interesting one. When I first saw it, I thought it's not a penalty because I just couldn't believe how the ball can go so wide with plenty of pace as well. So I thought Lloris has got to have got a touch on that. And then you look at it slowly, and I think it confirms it. I think he gets plenty on the ball. This is the best angle. Pedro gets a touch first, and I think Lloris gets plenty on the ball there. Now, there will be people saying that it should be a penalty anyway, but I think he's got plenty on the ball, and I would side on the way of no penalty.
And we're back to the question from how we started the day. When VAR look at that, is that a clear and obvious error?
I wouldn't necessarily say for me it's a clear and obvious error. For me, I would say the reason why I would call it a penalty is because I think if a player makes a tackle like that outside of the box and gets just that little bit much of the ball and stops the player from progressing, they get a free kick for it. So my argument is, why is it any different in the box? That's what I would say on that matter.
Yeah, which is a good argument. Having looked at that again in slow-mo, there's no question about it, Lloris gets plenty on the ball. So I don't think we're arguing about whether he touches it or not. It's whether, even though he touches it, he then still brings him down afterwards. I think goalkeepers are exceptions in many ways. And I know we say they shouldn't be, but I think they are. And I think if goalkeeper comes out with his hands and gets a touch on it, I'd find it hard to give a penalty for that, I must admit. I think he gets loads on the ball there. In fact, plenty. I mean, if it just flicks off him tiny, but he gets lots on the ball there. I think it's very, it's acceptable for the goalkeeper to come out flying out and actually get plenty on it.
OK, just for clarity, we're not arguing, we're debating. We're all friends here.
Yeah.
OK, here's a happy man, the Tottenham boss, Antonio Conte.
Can you sum up the relief when you scored the goal?
As soon as, the goal helped us to get the result that we come looking for. Not just myself, I think the fans, and then the team is going to be happy with, So, of course, I'm very happy to be here helping in the way that I'm doing. And hopefully just keep or continue doing in the same way.
It looked a very difficult game, and it didn't look as if the goal was going to come. Did it feel like that on the pitch?
Always it's very physically. Coming to play here, they always make hard to play against. But we had intention from the beginning to look the result that help us to keep pushing up, looking the result top four, and finally we got it. We created a few chances that if we had that type of lucky, we opened the game early and become like a different game. But in the end, we got it.
Did you feel at one stage it might not come today?
Yeah, but we scored at the end. But I think that we tried for the whole game, and In this type of game, you have to be intelligent, to attack in the best way to create chances to score, but at the same time you have to pay great attention to lose the balance. And because Watford is very dangerous in counter-attack, they have offensive play, very strong physically and also fast. Very dangerous in counter-attack. They have offensive play, very strong physically and also fast. We played a good game, we controlled the game, for sure. When you arrive at the last pass, sometimes we had to improve. We had to improve because when you arrive there, it's too important, the last pass to score.
Why do you think it was so difficult to break them down today? Was it a case of tired legs out there?
Yeah, but it was difficult because we didn't score and we created chance. But when you find this opponent, and that is so well organized defensively, it's not simple. And but when you have the chance, you have to score, because if you score early, the game changes. You find space to attack. But I repeat, and I'm pleased for the effort, for the commitment of the player. For sure, for us, it was the five game in 12, 13 days, and for sure we were a bit tired then and them, because Watford, they didn't play, and they played only 4 days ago. But I wish for Watford, for my friend Claudio Ranieri, the best, because they deserve.
First 2 games of 2022. Late stoppage time winners at the Emirates for Rodri and Manchester City, and now for Sanchez. First time he scored 2 goals in a Premier League season. It was the crucial goal at Vicarage Road. Don't forget, of course, still to come today, West Ham, with the top 4 in mind as well, go to Crystal Palace. We have 4 games for you tomorrow, culminating, of course, in second against third, Chelsea-Liverpool. Remember, Jurgen Klopp will not be at that game, the Liverpool manager, because of a positive COVID test, and the match week rounded off with Manchester United Wolves on Monday. So all changed today, significantly. 11 wins in a row for Manchester City, 11 points clear of Chelsea, having played the same number of games. Liverpool have 2 games in hand before they go to Stamford Bridge tomorrow. Spurs, they're the big climbers, 2 points off Arsenal with 2 games in hand. West Ham, though, will go above Spurs and within a point of Arsenal if they win at Palace next. It could have been a point. They were so close to it for Watford to etch up to 14, but they've now played 2 games more than Burnley and only have a 2-point advantage, 1 game less than Newcastle with the same gap.